Good morning and welcome to ManniCraft with Black Dog Z. This is episode 41, I believe. Let's see. Well, so far we've uploaded 40 videos. Yeah, and yes, this will make this 41. Perfect. Alright, so let's get you an update here. Basically, you all saw me putting chickens out to be killed last time we left. And as you can see here now, I have a soul shard, tier 4, with 950 chickens. So I've killed a lot of chickens since then. Now there's a downside here. I only need about another 75 chickens. 74 if you want to be exact. But I only got 7 eggs. Now you'll probably hear the chickens in the background. That is because we have started up our egg farm again. Now for those of you who haven't watched since the beginning, I'll show you the egg farm. It's really simple. There's about 6 to 8 chickens in here. Although you can only see 3 or 4 of them right now. It's because they're all grouped up in the corner there. And basically what we do is we just let them lay eggs. The eggs automatically go into our sorting system for the most part. As you can see, every once in a while one gets laid outside for some reason. And then once that happens, they'll get sorted into the system. So we just got to wait on that, and we'll have our eggs back up and running. Unfortunately, I should have done that sooner, because then I probably would have had my full soul shard of eggs. So, since that's not going to happen, I think that we're going to do something else this episode. And we're going to look at the Thaumonomicon. Let's take a look at that. Where's our Thaumonomicon? Bet you I put it in the safe, didn't I? And there it is. Alright. So let's take a look at this thing. Things that I need to build. Well, there isn't much left for research. We still got a couple items left. I'm still researching the theory of everything. And unfortunately, I can't remember what it was I needed to finish that. Let's take a look. I needed venom, poison, drug, or impure, and sonus, sound, noise, and din. Unfortunately, I also needed defense and protection. Well, we can probably get that one. Alright. All we need for that one is some leather, and I'm pretty sure we have some. Look at that, we got lots of leather. It's raining leather. Oh baby, it's raining leather. Alright, that should be enough leather to get us started. So as you can see, the theory of everything is almost done, but poison is a hard one to come by. I really don't know what gives it, so we're going to have to find out. Alright, so there we go. This is now 100%. So now we just have venom and sonus. Unfortunately, really don't know where we're going to get venom. I really don't think any of the items we have right now give it. We don't have any poisonous potatoes. What do ink sacks give? Ink sacks give us not what we were looking for. Alright. These guys don't give us what we're looking for. What do slime balls give us? Come here, slime ball. Ooh, they give us a lot of that movement. That's nice. I might have to remember that for later. Does this give us poison? One would think it would, but it doesn't, even though it's poisonous. Trying to think what would give us poison. Unfortunately, there aren't many options when it comes to this sort of thing, so I don't know. I'm going to have to research what gives us poison, because whatever I was using, I didn't have very much of, which I think was poisonous potatoes. I'm pretty sure there's a spot for you. Why are you in there? Oh well. So we'll have to figure that out. What does ash give us? Does ash give us anything? No, it does not. Boo. I was kind of hoping it would. So we're just going to have to work on finding something that gives us poison so that we can work on that. The other thing we need is sound. Now the only thing that I've found that really gives sound is records. And I really don't want to use my records, because I think I've only got like one, but it does have that sound. It has 12 of it. I wonder if anything else has sound. Let's take a look. Now, of course, I don't have absolutely everything in this chest, but I do have a lot of various things. Oh, that's got a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, nothing we need. So, betcha, if I take a look at this guy, he does give sound, but none of the items that he does give sound. I actually do want to build one of these, which is a note sequencer. As far as I know, computers can actually use them to do a whole bunch of stuff. The Sonictron, Howler Alarm. Neat. Oh, apparently these are actually really easy to build, so why don't we go ahead and do that, and then we should be able to get sound. Alright, so we've got 11 note blocks, so we can either A, play music, or we can do what we want to do, which is research sound. So we'll go ahead and put that in here. We'll just go ahead and research sound. And of course that leaves us with a few note blocks. We might use those later. For now they can go in here. There's probably nothing in here that gives us poison either, is there? Yeah, I just realized might give us poison. I don't know though. I'm growing a whole bunch of this nether warts. Does this have poison? It does not, but it does have that cool star symbol, which is kind of neat. So we're gonna have to figure out what we can get for poison. Everything else is researched in that, and just poison is all that's left. And unfortunately, I've found once you've started a research, you can't start a new one until you finish the one. So let's take a look here. I've been researching this one for quite some time, so I'm hoping that it's okay if I just look it up here. Research by aspect. Wait, no, I want a list of aspects. And unfortunately, I don't think it actually tells us what items are needed to create that. Give me one moment here. This is going to be research for us all. Ah, okay. I would have never thought of that. Apparently, if you want poison, the way to go is these guys. See? Alright. So now I don't like to research what aspects are in each item, because I like doing the research myself, but now that I know that I need poison, it was just a matter of finding it. And that I don't mind looking up. Alright, so as you can see, having studied the classic elements, you now think it is time to broaden your study to the physical world. Hopefully, by studying the concrete, you will gain insight into the ethereal. The theory of everything. So now if we go take a look at our Thaumonomicon, that's that guy, research complete, and it allows me to make the Wand of the Thaumaturge. Now, of course, you need a Nether Star in order to create this thing. So I highly doubt that I'm going to be getting that anytime soon. So there we go. That research is complete. Now, what I was hoping to research today, and I think it's in this version and not the newer version, is brains. So let's grab some brains. That should be enough brains. 14 brains should be more than enough. Zombie brains. Now I should be able to take this out, put in zombie brains. Alright, this is exactly what I wanted to find. It's called brain in a jar. So unfortunately, we have no clue what is needed for this. So we're going to have to go ahead and figure that out. We can try this. Try that. Try this. We'll even try that. We'll start with this. I highly doubt it. We should be using cursory, by the way, because we don't want to lose as many of the items. In cursory, you'll generally find you lose less, but of course you get less research. So I like to use thorough whenever possible, but you only want to use thorough when you really know what you're looking for. Alright, so that item, that item, that item, and that item are useless. So is this, and this. We can try that. We can try this. Actually, I have a feeling that this is actually going to be this. So let's try that. I have a feeling that this is actually going to be an item that... Nope, maybe not. One would assume that, you know, brain in a jar, one would assume that's what it would be. We need magic. Probably. A lot of this stuff seems to require magic. Maybe not. We'll go ahead and try this. Oh, everything's been done on that. We already did glass. So we can just take these items here. And we're going to try glass bottles, and the reason for that is because glass bottles, a little different. They have vacuous. I don't think vacuous is in this, but you never know. No. We can try this. That's one thing I like about storing materials like this is you can actually use it. No. And you generally won't lose it. The higher numbered stuff you generally won't lose, which is kind of nice. Shackles. I bet you the shackles are it. Nope. Lost string. Looks like this is going to be another elusive one here for us. I think we already tried everything that's in Netherrack. Yep. We can try... I'm pretty sure we got all that. We haven't tried this yet. I'm pretty sure we got all that. We haven't tried that yet. This. Now I notice that the top of this does cut off, which is kind of a pain, but still can kind of see what's going on up there. Hopefully one of these is it. No. Alright, so brain in a jar. Let's think. What would brain in a jar use? I think brain in a jar. Brain in a jar. Well, we already researched brains. So it's kind of hard to think what else we would use. Brain in a jar. You guys are probably just sitting there yelling at me going, it's this, Black Dog, it's this. And I'm just going, I don't get it. What would brain in a jar use? And I understand that that could be kind of a pain, because I sit here and I do this research, and it's probably research you guys have already done. So it's always fun to try to figure it out. But you know what I found? When in doubt, try eggs. But unfortunately, we don't have any. So I got something that should be just as good. Kind of got stuck there. And we don't have any up here. We'll have to go downstairs. I swear, everywhere I look, I see chickens. A ghostly chicken is just haunting me. Speaking of which, how's this thing doing? It's doing okay. Perfect. How are the engines? Oh, they still got some fuel to them. This thing's still running? Yep, how's this thing? I know we're starting to run low on water. I'm going to have to get some more beeswax, I think. Really got to set up my bee system here a little better so that we can have continuous beeswax. Right now I keep asking Tasca for it, and he hasn't been on much. He's been busy with the real life, so my farm is starting to suffer from it because I haven't automated it myself. Alright, now why did we go all the way down there for seeds? It's that symbol right there. A lot of the times I find, when in doubt, try that symbol. And you know what? I'm so sure that this is going to work, we're going to put it on thorough. And look at that. The reason I was so sure is because we had tried pretty much everything else. Really? Animus. I would have never guessed. Do I have any... I have no soul sand in here. Or if I have any soul sand. I know I have soul sand downstairs. I want to try not to use that if possible. So do I have any here? Oh, I got a couple pieces. That should be enough. This is actually the first thing I think I've researched that has this Animus symbol, and I would have never even thought of it. Really? Really? I'm gonna end up having to go to the Nether and get more soul sand, aren't I? Hopefully this 7 soul sand will be enough. Uh-oh. It was not enough. We only got 37%. Well, I guess that means a trip to the Nether to get soul sand. That shovel's almost dead. And we might as well take it with us. Alright, I'm just gonna... Oop, not what I want to do. I'm just gonna stick these in here for now, because we really don't want to take those with us where we're going. It can be dangerous sometimes, even in our super gear here. Actually, let's get a little bit of charge going on that. We're just gonna put our nano suit in here for a minute. Check it. We got another UU matter. We're 75% of the way to another one, which is kind of nice. That's good enough. Just a little additional protection there. Every once in a while I come in here and this is on fire, and I never know why. Just randomly on fire. Alright, now to try to find some soul sand. Oh, I hate the Nether. Whenever I first go into the Nether, it always lags out like that. I'm never sure why. Could be just because of how much we're draining the Nether. Like, we're putting a lot of strain. Random block of lava. We're putting a lot of strain on the Nether. Oops. Hey, don't light yourself on fire. That's usually a bad idea. There doesn't seem to be much soul sand around here, does there? Wow, I've walked all the way back to their portal and still have not found any soul sand. I saw one piece of soul sand, which is not going to help me. Okay, where are you? I hate those little bats. They don't cause very much damage, but when they continuously attack you and light you on fire, it can be difficult to deal with. Huh. Well, there's some soul sand. Hello, sir. I'm just coming to take your soul sand. Well, and the worst part about those guys is that when they do attack you, ooh, this could be difficult. And this could be dangerous. Alright. Well, we hit the mother lode for soul sand on this trip. Which is good, because I was starting to think we weren't going to find any. Alright, well, we got stacking a little bit. Alright, I think we're done. Now we just gotta get back. This can be more difficult than it looks. Especially if this pick breaks, because it's all we got. There we go. Gonna take the long way out. Out. Where are you? Stupid bats. All right. So home is right down there. ADOA. Isn't that a beautiful lava lake? Oh shit. Luckily our boots still have some charge to them, or else that really could have hurt. As you can see, our lava lake's draining pretty quickly, so pretty soon we're probably going to have to move lava lakes. Because this system's going to keep soaking up the lava. Wait a minute. It's just not rendering properly. There's lava in there, see? Doesn't look like it, but there's lava. Alright. So now back to what we were doing. Let's see, we have that much soul sand. Alright. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish up this research. Bam! Research complete. Discovered brain in a jar. So now if we look at our Thaumonomicon, we were wanting this, because this is going to allow us to do all sorts of things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a warded jar, which is just an arcane block and some glass panes around it. I wonder, do we have any arcane blocks? We currently don't have a single arcane block. So we're going to have to make some arcane blocks. So if we take a look at arcane blocks, you'll see that it's 4 great wood or 9 regular wood for 2 of them. So let's go get some wood. Unfortunately, we are all out of great wood, so we will be using regular wood for this. But we have a ton of regular wood, so that's not an issue at all. You'll see that our current flux is minimal, so we don't have to worry too much about flux, which is good, because I don't like having too much flux. So, why didn't that work? Oh yeah. Duh. Alright, so there's some arcane wood blocks. We'll get 4 of them. And we'll just put this wood in here. Oh, looks like we already had some wood. Alright, and then we need glass panes. How many glass panes do we have? 7. We're going to need some more glass. Panes, that is. Should have some glass panes in here. Look at that. And then we just put these here. Alright, so we got a couple of warded jars now. We've got to watch our Vs. As you can see, we've used a little bit of the magic in the air, but still not too bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and put some of this stuff in here. Alright, so now that we've done that, we've got our 4 warded jars. What's next? We need some brains, some zombie eyes, and a bucket of water. I wonder if it's going to use the bucket. Well, we're about to find out now, aren't we? Okay. A couple of those. One of these. Scoop. So now this is a bucket of water, zombie eyes, a brain, and a jar. Now you'll notice here that we need animus, malum, and cognito. Okay, well... how much was that? We needed 8. So... we just do that. We don't even have water in this? There we go. Now we got water in it. We need 8 cognito. That's 2 extra. This already has 2 extra. Do I have any cognito already? Alright, so we don't have any cognito already. What else gives us cognito? Brains give us cognito. And they also give us malice. So 2 brains will give us the 8 and will give us 4 malice. 4 malum, sorry. So why don't we go ahead, get some more zombie brains. We need another 2. Now we're actually going to do this as 2 separate recipes because of the fact that there's just too much extra stuff in here. So we're just going to take the zombie brains and toss them in the water. We'll grab our wand and just do that. And the reason that we did that was because if you take a look, that had a lot of stuff in it. And a lot of that would have ended up going into the atmosphere if we hadn't done it that way. Now it appears that we're all out of bottles, but we should be able to make some more. Okay. So now we need this, we need that, we don't need the rest of this. So we'll toss this, and this in, and then we can put our wand back in here and go, we need this stuff here. So now we can go over here, this is boiling already, we toss this in, and it didn't go in. Hate it when that happens. So there we go, and as you can see, we shouldn't have too much extra once we got our brain in a jar. And yeah, it actually does use the bucket on, no, it put it back in my inventory. Neat. So, now we got a couple of different things here. We got 2 of that, 2 of that, and 2 of that. Which is on. So in order to fix this, we need some more glass, actual glass. Luckily, we have that in there too. That's where we were making our solar arrays, so there's plenty of leftovers in there. That should do nicely. Okay. We accidentally stuck too much soul sand in there and ended up with some extra crap in there. So this will empty it out and make sure we have empty emblix for next time. And there we go. So now we can actually... I hate it when it does that. There we go. All nice and organized. And we have a brain in the jar. Now the plan for the brain in the jar, and I'll actually show you what it kind of does, is you can set it down. Is it nighttime? Yeah. Okay, well, you can set it down anywhere. And as you can see, it's a brain in a jar, and it actually always looks at you. It's kind of neat. But whenever experience gets dropped by killing something like a mob or anything like that, it'll go into the jar. And anytime you can right-click it, and it'll drop a little bit of that experience, or you can... Or you can just hold down the clicker and it'll pick it back up. And when it does that, it will drop a good majority of its experience, which is kind of nice. I do believe there's a maximum amount of experience it can hold, but that's quite a bit. Now, we've gone way over on this episode, but we now have a brain in the jar. So I'm hoping you guys are liking that. And you guys kind of got to see the research on that one, but that's okay, because I have a feeling that you're going to want to know that one anyway, and you'd probably look it up if you couldn't figure it out. So hopefully next episode you'll get to see the use for the brain in the jar. We just need some more enemies in order to use it properly, so you'll see that hopefully next episode. Alright, have a good evening!